Nice. A new look for a new day. Hartman's condition is cause for concern. There's no sugarcoating the tremendous strain he's putting on his body. His is undeniably one of the hardest 21-minute syndromes to live with. The regular disruption to his circulatory system and the flow of blood is damaging all of his organs. And let's not forget that the heart itself has a great many pain receptors. A part of me wishes I could swap places with him. Not that my body could ever serve as a suitable substitute for his. Sam, I was surprised by how effectively Tamara was able to fight those mechs. The way she took advantage of the tar and used her unique abilities against them, it demonstrated impressive improvisational skills. But her capacity to rapidly accelerate the age of any material or enemy she comes into contact with. Oh, I can't help but be a little jealous. But there are other ways I can contribute to your work, and I hope to continue doing so. Apropos of nothing, that friend of the dowser we rescued was a very brave man, don't you think? To go to such a dangerous place all by himself, in spite of the countless potential risks. Perhaps it would have been better if he wasn't quite so brave. Apropos of nothing, the armed survivalists don't seem concerned in the least about causing people's deaths. It's unconscionable, terrifying too. Man, the thought alone's enough to make me feel sick. Sam, none of us can go through catastrophic trauma without being forever scarred by the experience. Trying to reclaim a sense of normalcy through routine can help the heart to heal. Your deliveries are making a big difference, Sam. For others and for yourself. Ah, yes. It was a place that belonged to the dead. And while we were trapped there, only a scant few seconds seem to have passed here. It's like the beach in that regard. Time flows differently there, relative to how it does in our world. Those battlefields you once journeyed to were also pockets of reality outside of ours. But this was different. Perhaps we'll be able to understand it better if we ever get the chance to go there again. Which isn't to say that I want to go back. Apropos of nothing, I was looking into the conditions that led to the bushfire we escaped. It seemed to have been caused by a phenomenon known as chiral cinders. Unlike other items washed up by the currents, cinders violently erupt from the tar and soar through the sky before crashing to the ground. This phenomenon has been observed across the continent and has led to an increase in bushfires. It's one more potential threat to keep an eye out for. Apropos of nothing, ever wanted to learn more about the various creatures housed at the animal shelter, Sam? Well, there's a speaker outside the facility that they use to broadcast updates. Might be good to check in on some of the animals we've taken there once in a while. Sam, I'm so glad that we were able to save that kangaroo's life. It's easy to forget that humans aren't the only creatures affected by the Death Stranding. Protecting our remaining wildlife isn't just the right thing to do. It can also help us to better understand how the environment has changed. You know, Sam, I was just thinking. The kangaroo you rescued is currently being cared for and studied at the animal shelter. You know, if you ever want to stop by and see how it's doing, I wouldn't object. Sam, are you curious how I maintain my youthful appearance? It's because Rainey lets me shower in her core fall from time to time. I don't really have anything else to say right now.
What kind of cargo?
I have to smuggle them in.
Now, who was that?
Sam, the next major site to be linked to the Cairo network is in the eastern reaches of the continent, East Fort Knott. Our original plan would have had us route a connection through North Fort Knott, allowing for a simple and direct trip. Unfortunately, that city was completely obliterated by a void out. As a result, we have had to devise a new approach, utilizing a series of connections between preppers in the region. Easier said than done, of course. Some of these preppers are currently refusing to join the network. But according to APAS's latest simulations, enlisting the cooperation of the pizza chef should enable us to win over these holdouts. Your first objective is therefore to bring the pizza chef online. And it just so happens that the cargo he's requested is being stored at this very facility. It's been designated a chilled delivery due to its sensitivity to heat, so you should transport it at night or in the rain. Or perhaps take advantage of a pickup off-roader's covered cargo shelf, which should ensure it doesn't get exposed to direct sunlight. Undertake the main order on this delivery terminal when you're ready.
Route creation. Delivery route finalized. This cargo has been designated for chip.
Order accepted. Thank you. Safety first.
on your guard for BTs.
Welcome and thank you for coming. I'll inspect your cargo. Excellent work. This cargo is in perfect condition. I knew you would arrive soon. You, please,
Now displaying your current porter grade.
Thank you. This technology is remarkable. And I look forward to...
Excellent work, Sam. You made a big difference today. According to APAS's analysis, pizza-hungry individuals in the area could prove instrumental in the further expansion of the Cairo network. Anyway, let's press on to the next site awaiting you and your Cupid, shall we? It bears mentioning that the denizen located there has a reputation as a very cautious individual. Take care not to give them cause to doubt your intentions. Go ahead and pick up your new main order from the delivery terminal on site, so we can get underway.
has been designated. Keep... Disengaging weapons restrictions. Now leaving chiral network coverage.
Sam, I don't recognize that device over there. Proceed with caution. Sam, something appears to be approaching us. It exploded! Is it some sort of homing landmine? Sam, we're in serious danger here. Sam, that is a veritable herd of chiral creatures. Far more than we're equipped to handle. We should hurry and get away while we still can.
Security measures lifted. Weapons detected. Now displaying your current porter grade.
つながったペコ。これは調査に使えるわ。みんなと話もできるしね。ご褒美ってことでス ステルスしやすくなる静音設計のアサルトライフルと足音を抑えられるブーツ、そして AI カモフラの柄をプレゼントフォーユー。その柄のスーツを着ると、なんとモグラ地雷の AI カメラに認識されなくなるペコ。もうモグラ地雷にドドドって追いかけられることは絶対にね。最近この辺やばいんだよね。無人兵器がいたなんて噂もあって、自衛策は取ったんだけど不安で寝不足なんだわ。でもあんたの荷物で元気が出たペコ。お礼ってわけじゃないけどバンバン使ってほしいペコ。まあね。自分の身は自分で守るしかないペコじゃん。だって危ないんだもん。データを分析して使いこなすのが得意だから、それでちょっと作ってみたペコ。敵として定義した相手を AI カメラが自動判定して、地面の中を進んで敵にドーン、途中で撃たれることもなし。かわいそうだけど普通に上がって近寄らんでしょ。まさか超えてくる人がいるとはね。ありがたかったペコだけど。モグラ地雷はペコーラが作ったの。なのに外の人たちが使ってるなんて。なんでかわかんないけど、誰かがデータを漏らしたって考えるしかないペコじゃん。ふざけんな。まあこれからはいざとなったら戦うしかないペコ。最終手段、徹底抗戦で戦うペコ。あんたのおかげでその覚悟ができたペコね。最近よく見るんだよね、メカっぽいやつら。持ってる武器も見たことないし、あんなん誰が作って操ってるのかわけわかんないんだけど。だがしかし、これはレアな研究対象と言えなくもないペコ。好きあらば奴らの武器を解析して、その技術を生かしてやるペコ。あんたに提供した武器もあんたのおかげで作れたんだから。これからも何か作れたら知らせるペコ。ほんとサンキューペコ。モグラ地雷は止めたから帰りは安心ペコ。おつペコでした。バイバイ。
Great job as always, Sam. I'm guessing you must be pretty tired. Get yourself back to the GHV Magellan and take a break. Oh, and tomorrow seems to be more talkative lately. Maybe the two of you could find time for a chat.
Disengaging weapons restrictions.
Take care, Sam.
Fragile? What is tomorrow? We didn't have that where I came from. I don't understand what it means.
You know what will happen to these buds? They will turn into flowers. In the space of a day, they'll have completely changed. Living things can't help but change, you see. They can't stay the same forever.
But where I came from, nothing ever changed. So does that mean I'm not alive?
Listen. You are alive. The person you were yesterday is different from the one you are today, and the one you'll be tomorrow. You're changing. That's what living is. To change and to embrace change. to transform.
Is this what my tomorrow will be?
Yesterday becomes today, which in turn becomes tomorrow. They're all connected, for better or worse. And death is not the end.
Death is not the end.
Welcome back, Sam. You should get some rest.
All right. Good night.
Sam, it's Charlie. Your assistance has been personally requested once more. Access the data scientist's delivery terminal to undertake this main order. One more thing. The details of this particular order merit careful review. Or so I've been informed. Don't let them down, Sam.
Woo-hoo-hoo! Looking clean as a whistle. So that was the esteemed data scientist. They didn't take much convincing to become a part of the chiral network after all, did they? I suppose the appeal of APAS's analytical capabilities was too much to ignore. And they must be quite the fan of pizza, too. The considerable weight of our last delivery did not escape my notice. Just how many pizzas do you think the chef was able to pack into that container? Huh. A suit that prevents its wearer from being recognized by AI cameras. Eyes are the most prominent sensory organ of many life forms. Those of us who specialize in psychology often learn a great deal about them. You see, what the eye and the camera perceive is compared against past experiences and data to yield a conclusion. Perhaps this suit exploits a flaw in how AI cameras perform this function. Which is to say, you shouldn't presume you won't show up on these cameras. But I think it may utilize a form of optical jamming to obfuscate your appearance. In this way, it ensures the system doesn't interpret you as an intruder. Apropos of nothing, I see that the armed survivalists have gotten their hands on a new assortment of weapons. And our own arsenal has since been expanded, courtesy of the pizza chef. People seem less and less inclined to give others the benefit of the doubt these days. I fear it's going to continue to get harder to earn the trust of strangers in the future.
I was thinking I should teach Samara a few things, but to do that, I need to do some studying myself. Can you take a look at this?
Yeah.
I was thinking I should teach Samara a few things, but to do that, I need to do some studying myself. Can you take a look at this? I see. Thanks for the input. Have a safe trip, Sam.
Later.
Okay, tomorrow. Let's continue.
I don't wanna.
Order accepted. Thank you.
Well done, Sam. That's the last of the cargo. Let's head to our destination and make the delivery.
This one's for you. Thanks for the help.
Weapons detected. Be advised that usage is restricted inside facility grounds.
Access the delivery terminal to process your orders and requests.
Now displaying your current porter grade.
Order completed. Well done.
Creatures can travel in groups of several hundred individuals. If you intend to face them, explosive ordnance is your only viable option. Take out as many as you can at once.
This cargo has been...
Order accepted. Thank you. Verified. Welcome, Sam.
Security measures lifted. Weapons detected.
Wait. Is this right? Is this a Pete? I'll confirm order status right away. Hell. I'd like you to connect my shelter to the...
Now displaying your current porter grade.
I'm really online. Incredible. Oh, I've just shared my chiral bridge schematic with you. You should be able to build it right away if you happen to have a level 2 PCC in your possession. These bridges can be crossed more quickly than standard ones, though they won't function properly when it's raining. They're a little something I whipped up as a thank you. Really didn't take very long either. You know, that pizza really made my day. Actually, I'm the one who built his restaurant's oven. Glad to see that he's been making the most of it. It's not easy being an architect these days. I just wish I had the freedom to do my job properly. Well, once you've constructed the foundation, it generates a chirogram that functions as a bridge. They're useful when there's limited space to build, or when you need to traverse a gap with a difference in elevation. I also added some modifications that allow you to cross these bridges more quickly. But since high concentrations of chiralium destabilize chirograms, chiral bridges won't function when it's raining or snowing. It's a safety restriction, implemented to prevent accidents. Even so, these bridges should still come in very handy. Well, we did it together. It was a passion project. We had to refine the design over and over until the pizzas came out just right. We got there in the end, though. That first pie we had together was unforgettable. If I close my eyes, I can still remember how it tasted. Because mine is a dying art. There was a time when I believed that nothing was higher than architect. But now, whatever I make will succumb to timefall or be destroyed in a void out. New structures can be fabricated with data shared throughout the network, which is terrific. But this just means there's no longer any need for me to actually build something with... I don't know how I should feel about it. Pay me a...
Weapons restrictions.
Take care, Sam.
recovered everything then. Great. Let's get it delivered.
Order accepted. Thank you.
Looks like you have what was requested. All that remains now is to drop it off.
There's a home inside the woods, and a woman that I can love. And all of the days are nothing but a haze on the even rows of chairs.
Access the delivery terminal to process your orders and requests.
This door appears to be locked. We'll need a passcode of some sort to open it. I'm afraid you've dropped some cargo. You don't know the number, do you? Correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't Charlie specifically tell us to check something before we accepted this order? I remember now, Sam. Charlie gave us explicit instructions to carefully review the order information. Does that ring a bell? You might as well check the details via your ring terminal. That did it, Sam.
Thank you. I'll get this cargo processed right away. I'd say this is practically perfect. I had a feeling you were the right porter for the job. We've been waiting eagerly for your arrival. We're ready to join the chiral network.
your current porter grade.
We appreciate your help. Before you go, I have another favor to ask of you. In private, where we won't be overheard. There's a back room just past that terminal. I'll be waiting.
Order completed. Well done.
What is this? We came here in peace.
It's all right. They don't mean us any harm. You must be Sam.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Couldn't have been easy getting here. Folks call me the doctor. My sisters and I don't normally allow men inside, but for patients we make an exception. It's clear you suffered greatly for this child's sake. Haven't you? May I, Sam?
Yeah.
Oh, these. They're chiral hands. So your BB's passed on.
You have dooms then, I take it.
I do. And it's given me an unusual gift. I can remove a BB from a still mother's womb without resorting to invasive surgery, and safely place it in a pod with minimal distress to the fetus.
Without using any tools whatsoever? So you're a psychic surgeon then?
A psychic midwife is what they call me. When I was with Bridges, I used these techniques to remove BBs from their mothers. Sam, you may be suffering from persistent, complex bereavement disorder.
Is that why you called me here? To tell me I got issues?
Sam, we're the motherhood.
The what now?
This shelter is a safe space for mothers.
Women and children would come here seeking peace. They also came because I could examine still babies. I'd move the fetus to a pod and perform what I would call a transposed screening.
I guess that's why they call you doctor. So, are you saying your technique allows you to treat still baby syndrome?
A BB pod is functionally no different than an incubator. And I was eager to bring our unborn children into the world. So, I thought I would give this little one a chance. Still baby or no, I was convinced I could bring a fetus to term outside the womb. So I placed him in the pod. And a moment later, his heart started beating. And then, after 3 minutes, it stopped. I tried as quickly as I could to get him back in the womb, but it was too late. The still baby was no longer viable. I'm sorry, Caesar. Over time, I tried to refine the pod tech to find a way to help women and their children. But treatment and life extension are impossible. All I could do was look. Even so, word got around and mothers in need of support started coming here. But unfortunately, not long after, men came knocking too. Men who wanted women. What could I do? I was only a doctor who delivered babies. And nothing more. Luckily, I had strong women around me. Mothers who were willing to stand up and fight for the sake of us all.
But as soon as we decided to take up arms, our man friends only got bolder. If we don't fight back, they'll enslave us.
We can't and won't lay down our arms till our safety is guaranteed.
Where'd you get your hardware?
Weapons factory's been pumping them out non-stop. That's why all the locals around here are toting new toys. Got plenty more of their new releases in the armory downstairs.
Sam, we want you to shut down their operation and halt the spread of weapons.
Stop them, please. Please.
Prior to proceeding, we'll need to confirm the precise location of the factory. Let's make our way back to the DHV Magellan, Sam.
Sam, wait.
Yeah.
There. All finished.
Sam, this is Tarman. We've got an emergency on our hands here. I'm afraid the DHV Magellan is out of action. We can't move an inch. A cursory inspection confirmed that some critical parts of the propulsion system have become clogged up with tar. Our usual decontamination methods won't cut it. We'll need a special tar dissolvent to clear out the blockage. The F2 South Distribution Centre was kind enough to source some for us. I'd like you to pick up the order on site, collect the cargo, and bring it back to the ship. Meanwhile, we'll be doing everything we can to keep ourselves from sinking further into the tar, as well as gathering information on the weapons factory. Don't let us down, Sam.
This cargo has been designated hazardous. The container encasing the cargo may release noxious gases if damaged significantly.
So great.
Look, Sam, a hot spring. Shall we take a dip?
Nothing seems to fit. No
Yeah, it feels nice. Now this is living.
Truly soothing.
Soak it in.
Huh? It's pulling us in! Where in the world are we?
Wait, are you Sam? Where did you come from just now? Did you perhaps arrive here by way of a hot spring? If so, then we have much to discuss. Would you be so kind as to access the delivery terminal? Whenever you have a moment, that is.
I will always support you.
Oh, excuse me. Nice to meet you. Oh, wait. We've met before. At this very facility, in fact. You might remember? My hand, at least. How's our mutual friend doing? Hartman and I have been working together to study water samples collected on the beach. So, you actually managed to jump here from the Miracle Spring. I knew it! I'd always theorized the existence of incredibly strong overlaps between this world and the beach. Places where a special kind of hot spring would emerge through the tar currents. Similar to the plate gates, but on a smaller scale. In principle, a person could use one to ride the currents within the Earth and jump to other connected springs. Just like you did. In fact, I dug that spring you used in order to test this theory. And now, I want to confirm if it holds true for different locations. I'd love it if you were able to help, Sam. I'll add the necessary functions to your PCC. Just so you know, I've added hot spring digger functions to the level 2 PCC. You now have the ability to identify a suitable location and commence excavation. Once a hot spring has been completed, feel free to take a dip and relax. I should mention that these springs are invaluable from my beach water research. As a hydrologist, they're a critical resource. So, if I may ask, Sam, would you be willing to use my digger to find and excavate hot springs throughout the continent? Please report back to me if you do dig any. I'll make sure to reward you for your efforts. Once you've readied your level 2 PCC and selected the digger, listen for pulses alerting you to underground water sources nearby. Pulses become more frequent as you move closer to a source, so wait until the interval between them is as short as possible before finally picking a spot to dig. Once you commence construction, the process is automated. All you need to do is wait for the hot spring to percolate to the surface. The digger will also remove any dangerous contaminants from the water. This means that as soon as the hot spring is ready, you can wade right in. Sources can be found everywhere, but depending on the location, the resulting spring will have different properties. I'm also thinking of adding a feature that will let you customize aspects of the springs you dig. Perhaps that will give you something to look forward to as well. The waters of the beach and our world circulate within the same system. As a hydrologist, I study this system. The hot springs of the Australian continent are the product of underground beach water that has been heated by dark currents. But there's more to it than that. A space-time phenomenon, similar to plate gates, has been observed at the points where hot springs emerge. In other words, it seems to be possible to jump between hot springs linked via the dark currents. I had been meaning to test this theory, but then you took the initiative and proved the truth for me. From what I saw earlier, it seems the teleportation process has no adverse effect on you. But just remember that you won't be able to take all types of cargo when you jump. Said cargo will be left behind at the hot spring you jumped from. It should be automatically stored in the digger's private locker, though. Make sure that you don't forget about it afterwards. Were you at all interested in digging hot springs? If so, there's a promising site I've identified. It's to the northwest of here. My analysis suggests that a potential source should be present in that vicinity. I'll post a formal aid request shortly, so consider heading in that direction and testing out the hot spring digger. If you do end up digging one, don't forget to return and inform me of your accomplishment. In your own time, of course. I'm not planning on going anywhere for the foreseeable future.
Order accepted. Thank you. Please give it your all. That's the spirit. Safety first.
Hot springs, huh?
I could just soak here forever and ever.
Yeah.
Perhaps you should take a break.